Apollo, the radiant god of the sun, music, prophecy, and healing, was born of a union between Zeus, the king of the gods, and Leto, a titaness. His birth was far from simple. Hera, Zeus's wife, driven by jealousy, forbade any land from offering refuge to Leto as she neared her time to give birth. After wandering in desperation, Leto finally found sanctuary on the floating island of Delos, which Hera's curse could not touch. There, Apollo and his twin sister, Artemis, were born. From birth, Apollo's divinity was evident. Golden-haired and brilliant, he was gifted with immense power by his father Zeus. He became the god of many domains. His influence stretched over music, poetry, the arts, prophecy, and the sun itself. As a god of healing, he could cure ailments, but with equal ease, he could bring about plagues and illness. His role as a prophetic deity led him to establish the Oracle of Delphi, one of the most famous oracles in the ancient world, where mortals sought divine guidance. Apollo's power extended beyond these spheres. He was an archer, swift and sure, capable of striking down enemies from afar with his silver bow and arrows. It is said that when Apollo first wielded his bow, he immediately sought revenge on the Python, a serpent that had tormented his mother. He tracked it to Delphi and, in a fierce battle, killed the monstrous creature. This victory made Delphi his sacred site, where he would later establish his oracle. Despite his divine nature and wisdom, Apollo's passions were often fierce, especially when it came to love. Like his father Zeus, Apollo was known for his many romantic pursuits, involving both mortals and other divine beings. Yet, his love affairs often ended in tragedy or frustration. One of his most famous pursuits was that of the nymph Daphne. Struck by Eros's arrow of love, Apollo fell madly in love with her. However, Daphne, desiring to remain chaste, fled from him. In desperation, she called upon her father, the river god Peneus, to save her, and he transformed her into a laurel tree just as Apollo reached her. Heartbroken, Apollo made the laurel his sacred tree, a symbol of victory and honor. Another well-known affair was with the mortal woman Coronis. While she carried Apollo's child, Coronis was unfaithful. Apollo, discovering her betrayal, shot her with an arrow in a fit of rage. As she lay dying, she revealed that she was pregnant with his child. Moved by remorse, Apollo rescued the unborn child, Asclepius, and raised him to become the god of medicine. Apollo fathered many children, both mortal and divine, with his numerous lovers. His offspring inherited various aspects of his power, with some becoming gods, heroes, and healers. Among his most famous children were Orpheus, the legendary musician and poet, Aristaeus, the god of agriculture and beekeeping, and Troilus, a Trojan prince. Asclepius, his son with Coronis, became the god of healing and medicine, surpassing even Apollo in the arts of curing illness. Despite his numerous affairs, Apollo never had a permanent wife. His love life was characterized by fleeting passions and brief unions, many of which ended tragically. His relationship with the mortal Cassandra, for instance, soured after she rejected his love, leading him to curse her with the gift of prophecy that no one would ever believe. Apollo's complexity as a god reflects the balance of light and darkness within him. As the god of the sun, he brought light and life to the world, but his arrows could bring death as swiftly as they brought healing. His role as the protector of the arts and his fierce loyalty to those he loved cemented his status as one of the most revered and multifaceted deities of the Greek pantheon. Through his many children, prophecies, and divine talents, Apollo's legacy endured, shining brightly like the sun he commanded.